Cool. So yeah, I figure we'll go over what I do with Claude Code to build app features pretty quickly. So let's baseline, we'll kind of look at the application. So we have a job search. We have the metrics with regards to applications, interviews, and offers, and a little like activity graph when there's activity. We have a job queue and an applied queue, and then we have this profile. And the profile is what is being used in the AI to try to scan which jobs are the best fit for you or not. And it's not working super great because we have these location preferences like, oh, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I'd probably want to work in Phoenix. I don't really want to move my family across the country. But the AI is still applying for jobs in New Jersey.
Yeah, I did get one. South America.
So we want to kind of fix that. And that's kind of what we're going to have Claude Code try to help us with. So we're going to try to make hard stop location preferences. So how this works is I have a Claude in my VS Code terminal. So I just type the Claude command in VS Code and I kind of just describe the feature request. I'm pretty much just like describing to Claude Code what I want. I'm saying like, hey, this is messing up. It should be doing this instead. This one is called Plan Engineering Review. So it thinks like system prompt, and it tells it to do these like 7 things, which is like analyze the code base, look at the specific problem, use these tools to research the internet on how to solve it, come up with a testing and verification plan, and build like a checklist of like things you need to do to accomplish it. So it's this guy's stuff. So I just installed his skill.
Okay.
It's on GitHub. This guy's like from Y Combinator, and he's
Okay.
But to install Claude Code, click terminal, and then it gives you the terminal command to install. You just type out the terminal command. Use AI to build like features like this. I usually just prompt it, and then I sit around and wait like 10 minutes. I talked to it through the prompting, and then it generated this .md file. It made this plan for like what it wants to do. We're matching LA candidates to South America. It's too permissive. So we need to update the scan policy to filter by location. And then it takes another few minutes and it makes all of the code changes and tests it out and then make sure it works and then pushes it. I've got like a database studio so I can see all of the 20,000 jobs we've scraped over the last few days. I can see all of the queue. So these are all the jobs assigned to each member and whether they've been in-queued or applied or failed. The database layer is kind of what keeps everything kind of organized and working. And then I've got this dashboard. So this is what I see. And I see all of the application, all of the scanning for jobs. I see all of the members and how many have applied to and stuff like that. And kind of filter it down by what broke versus what didn't break. Also Claude Code, it spins up a browser and attempts to fill out the application forms with your data.
Okay.
And if it fails, it says, I can't complete this. It requires a human. If there's like a CAPTCHA, it's kind of like a spray and pray approach, right? Where we're applying to everything so broadly that some of them be not good opportunities. Some of them will need passcodes or whatever. But hopefully we get at least one really good job. I think the next step would probably be for us to make like custom email inbox where I can send all the job applications to and I don't have to spam your email.
Okay.
So I'm gonna work on that next and hopefully that should fix some of those and then I could do some cool stuff. I could filter rejections and I could train the model on what typically gets people rejected versus. Do you have any feedback or thoughts or questions for me?
Just on the custom email, like it'd be good for both to have, you said both to have access to it so that there's follow-up from that email. The candidate could also respond.
That's the plan, is for both of us to have access so you can see it, you can see the opportunities coming through. So I was just gonna kind of give an overview of how I use Claude Code to build like features and then work on some business stuff. I just prompted Claude to be like, hey, this is the problem, help us fix it. And then it ran a plan engineering review. It makes this markdown and like does like the problem and how to fix it. And then it makes like a plan of like what changes it needs to make in code, and then how it's gonna like the UI, and then how it's gonna test and verify, and then it goes through each step one by one, writing unit tests to like sure it's correct before the next step. Sometimes it's like one prompt fixes it, and then sometimes I gotta test it out and fix stuff because it hallucinates. But yeah, so it's like, hey, I wrote this markdown, and then it waits for you to review its findings, right? Like if it hallucinates or if it's making up random database tables when it shouldn't, be like, and then once it's good, I just say implement the plan, write tests to verify correctness before moving on to the next step. It takes like a fat minute at each step, 3 minutes in right now. So it'll probably take like 10 or 15 to finish all of this.
Yeah.
I just sit around and wait pretty much.
Part of what I was coding with Claude is that like he wanted to see like steps.
That this dude's README, and he pretty much tells you what to do. It's like make it work, because you could do office hours, like if you want to figure out what you want to build. You could do CEO review to figure out the scope, and then you could do engineering review, and then you can have it like QA and ship your code, which is pretty cool. But for the most part, like make this go faster, I just do this one and then move on to the next. Yeah. So when it makes these plans, you can do a whole bunch of iteration on it, where it's like, do you want the CEO to review it? Do you want like a UI designer to review it? Do you want like an outside voice? Yeah. So another thing to speed stuff up is some people use skills in parallel. So I could like use Conductor. Have you heard of this one?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But pretty much you can just spin up different Git branches and then set plan engineer review. You can have them all run in parallel, which is pretty cool. But mostly it's this thing, I'm like trying to get this Claude computer use agent to work for job application forms. So it's like a ton of API calls. So I run this thing and it's like, but for the successful applications, it doesn't store all these images.
Gotcha. Cool.
I think it's abstract for me, where it's like, it's just going to start spinning off and doing hallucinations like multiple directions, and it's like hard to control. But some people I bet can control it well. Yeah, so I mostly just like sit around and wait for Claude a lot. Essentially, once this is done, but yeah, I'll pretty much run this scanner so I can like trigger these jobs like this. And then I'll look at the logs, and if there's any like errors in the logs or not, then yeah, I kind of just like ship fast and like break stuff. And then when people tell me stuff is broken, then I fix it. And then it uses a vector database to score similarity to what you're looking for. And then if it's like a certain similarity, then it puts it in pending and tries to apply for it. So I like, these are all the jobs that are like open right now, and that people are hiring and how much they're paying and where they're located. And then I made a embedding representation of this database table, and it way more data or way more size when you make an embedding. This was like 90 megabytes, and then I embedded it, and now it's like 400 megabytes. And then what this thing does is it checks how many jobs you have, and then looks for the most similar jobs in the vector database embeddings and puts them in your queue if you need more in your queue. So it just enqueues a record in the job queue and with the status. And then when a worker cron job picks it up, it'll change the status and the time it claimed at, completed at. It's just this prompt. It's saying you're scoring jobs for a fit with target roles and minimum salary, location, flexibility, skills, background. Yeah, so it's from the superpowers tab. So your superpowers are full stack architecture with React, Node, and Python, cloud infrastructure. And also if any of these are like wrong, we can tweak it. Copilot review all of our PRs before a human reviews it.
Do you like tell it to write tests before implementing code?
I haven't tried it by writing these mini programs. If there's one that it's like learn Postgres by doing like hands-on stuff, that could be pretty helpful.
Thanks, appreciate it. Have a good one, y'all.
Let's see ya.